Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I want to talk about the Axiom Pro in combination with ATM.day. And I'm just gonna continue our discussion about ATM.day and how we can actually spot the good quality coins using that particular tool, okay? But also I want to cover, inside the Axiom Pro, how you can spot the other coins which might be, might be some potential in it, okay? And how you can do it like without this ATM.day. The ATM.day is a paid tool. I'll be leaving the link inside the description of this video in case you guys want to use it. But also what you can do, you can go and scan those coins by yourself and you don't have to pay anything for it, right? But before we move on, I just want to mention that this is not a financial advice. Everything what I'm saying here is only for education and educational and entertaining purposes. Okay, so always do your own research because all of those assets, everything is so risky. Okay, it can go to zero in no time, right? So guys, okay, so Axiom Pro, right? So when you go into the Axiom Pro, okay, there are a few options available for you. Okay, we got a new pairs, final stretch, and migrated, right? New pairs, as the name suggested, they were just created like as 8 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 10, like they have just been created like no longer than a few minutes, right? And once they've been created, okay, there is either the large volume of traders or less volume of traders are going into those coins, okay? And before they actually migrated, okay, into the Radium or Pump Fund, they make, equivalent to the Radium Pump Fund those days, okay, so you can go and actually migrate it. You don't have to migrate it. Not all of those coins have to migrate into the Radium anymore, okay, but anyway, when they are being actually migrating, okay, before they're migrating, there will be also called final stretch column, right? The final stretch column, okay, is just before the migration is actually happening. Okay, some people prefer to search for the new coins to see for the good deals here on the final stretch, and other people rather prefer to have something which has already been migrated, has some sort of background story already. Some people actually see, what type of track record of those coins might have. Okay. Not many, like maybe there are some traders and probably there are many of those, okay, who actually are focusing on those new pairs, right? But those new pairs, they are the most riskier, okay? That's the riskiest part here if you go for the new pairs, okay? I'm not saying that final stretch or migrated are not riskier, okay? They're also very risky, because new pairs are just simply, they are just appeared and within the few seconds they can disappear, right? Here we got a little bit of knowledge of how the coin is behaving, what type of volume is coming into the coins, how many wallets aped in, okay, how many wallets aped out, okay, what the trend is doing, okay, and so then you can actually make some more calculated decision, okay. Obviously you can see the market caps, versus volume and so on and so forth, right? So it's really up to yourself which way you prefer, okay? But you have a few options here when you go into those either new pairs, final stretch, or migrate, okay? You can go and pick by the protocols, okay? You can choose either you want to see the coins which were created on the pump farm, okay? Launch lab is very popular, those aka launch a coin. It's also that's a great, it's a very good ecosystem now, and it's very competitive to right now to Pan Fan. Okay, so it has a good potential here. Those large coin, right? You can also go into the Moonit, Boop, Bank, and Dynamic BC, right? So what you can do, you can leave all those open, all right, and you can search for all those coins, whichever ecosystem they were coming out from. Okay, or you can just pick the one that you rather to have, right? So for example, you don't want anything except this launch coin. Okay, when you apply for it, okay, you only see those launch coins and tokens being created, okay, launch coin ecosystem, all right, here on the final stretch, all right. So that's how it works. There, you can limit all of them, but if you want to focus, okay, you can very focus on one ecosystem. You can go and pick it up, right? You can go and search by the keywords. You can exclude the keywords if you have something in your mind. Okay, and bundle curve, you can also do the minimum maximum, and you can do the metrics or socials and audit, right? So those things you can actually go and do some filtering by, right? So what you can do the minimum minutes. Okay, so age is going by the minutes, right? So you're just going, for example, you want that the token has at least 60 minutes, means that there is at least 1 hour on the market, right? So that's also what you can go search for. Okay, top holders in the percentage, top 10 for holders, right? Developer holdings in percentage. Okay, snipers, insiders, bundlers, holders, pro traders. I think pro traders is very important. All of those people is very important. Really have to see what type of trading styles you have. But I think the pro traders is quite interesting here because you can go and say, like, for example, I want to see the coins which they have at least 300 pro traders. And look, there's none of those coins have here on this final strength, right? And so, but then you can say, yeah, that's fine, that's no problem. I can still want to see them. Let's go and see if there's any of these coins visible here on the migratory side. Okay, so all those coins, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those coins, right, have been here on the migratory side. So basically, they already been migrated, and here go, and they have at least 304 pro holders. Okay, this one, in a matter of fact, it has over 2,000, right, which is a great sign, right? Bundlers, all about 15%, not about 10% top 10 holders, 0% of the dev holdings, and insiders 0, right? That's a good sign, right? So you can go and see, for example, what you are thinking about this coin. Okay, we got a volume, 5 minutes volume of 57,000. Buys 903, sells 766, right? And there is a net volume of 3,300. So there is more buys than sells on this coin, which is very bullish, right? I'm just thinking if not to jump inside that coin myself, right? So, but the thing is that I don't like to buy on the tops, right? So if I will be jumping inside that coins, look guys, that doesn't mean that you have to do whatever I'm doing. You can do your own research, okay? But when I see the coin like that, a huge number of pro traders, okay, and there's also a very good, nice and green here on the token info, right? Only those bundles about 15%. I don't like those percentages altogether to go over 30%. Here it's clear it's at 15% on the bundle side, which is great, right? When I see those coins, okay, you can go and see, for example, if there is any sort of uh, story behind it. Okay, there is no website. Okay, so basically this coin was being created based on the recent news. All right, that's all what it has been with this coin. Okay, so I don't see that coin going very like. I'm not expecting this coin to do well, for example, tomorrow. Okay, so bear in mind, guys, this is a meme coin trading. Okay, so not all of those coins will survive till next hour. Let's be honest. Okay, I'm not talking about the next week or next month, right? But some of them they will, right? This one they don't have any sort of utility, anything behind it. It's just that they just being created based on the news, in my opinion, right? But still doesn't mean that you cannot make money out of that, right? Look, and this one is actually it's going up, right? Which is great, right? Look, this is still going up and it's still going up. Okay, so let's say that we discover this point here and we already could make like a 17%, right? So the thing is that I hasn't been jumping inside that coin because I wasn't sure if that's the top. I was will be more like waiting for a little bit of sell off here, okay? And let's say that will touch this support, and if it goes up again, I might pay in, okay? Doesn't mean that I am actually right or wrong on this stage. Okay, everyone has their own style. My opinion is that I don't like to buy on the tops, right? And maybe sometimes I'm losing because of that. Because look, if I will type in here, I already make about 20%, right? But the thing is, I didn't. Okay, I'll be waiting a little bit for the pullback, and then I might go and decided to jump inside that coin. Okay, but who knows? By this time, this coin might already have like a 2 million or even more. Like you never know with those coins. And the good thing is about them is there's so many pro traders I jump on inside that coin. There's percentage wise, there's more pro traders in percentage than like about there's 50% of there more than 50% of all traders are pro traders, which is good. That's a great news, right? I don't know. I might even go and jump inside that coin just for a little while and see what's going on. Okay, let me see. Volume still up. Okay, we have net volume of 4K. Okay, let me go and just buy in. All right, so I will just buy in here and see what's happening. Right, if I will start losing some of those trades, no problem. I'll just close off my position by 100%. Okay. In the meantime, we can go and discover some other bits and pieces of this Axiom Pro, right? So Axiom Pro, what you can also do with it, which I think is quite interesting. Okay, when you go to let's say to trades, okay? We can go to the positions, trades, orders, and holders, all right? When you go to the holders, all right, so those holders will be automatically showing you, the bubble box, okay? And this coin in particular, they don't have a much of those coins, those wallets being balanced, okay? Those two here, okay? So it's not like the one person, okay, or group of people are holding the majority of the coins, which is a good news, right? This is a very good news if there's not much of the bonding here happening, right? So for the moment, there's not much of the bubble mostly not showing, that many of those ones are being bundled, which is great news. Okay, so let's see what's happening next with this one. Okay. 5 minutes, still 50k, okay, and there's net of plus 2000, okay, so we got more buys than sells, which is a good news, okay, there's still a potential here, alright, we're about minus 3% on this coin for the moment, okay, but if it goes, will go up, there's possibility of us making some money, okay, what I'm usually looking at, okay, is like, if there is a MACD, okay, I like to have a MACD here, okay, I like to see what's going on when it comes to the volume here, okay, we can see the volumes here, and also I'm very, very looking into those 5 minutes volumes, buy, sells, and the net, okay, if the net is in green, in red, okay, right away, there is a sign of people are just more selling this coin than buying, okay, but if we got a net volume of plus 3000, this is a good sign, okay, there's still more buys than sells, right? For the moment, okay, the people are actually just struggling here. So look, you see, that's why I actually decided I don't like to buy when there's a top, right? Now you can see, guys, okay, when I bought on top, right, if I bought it here, okay, probably I could make it like what is it, I'll be making about 20%, right? Here now there's more sell pressure here, and now I'm considered to sell it all, right? I will wait for a little longer, okay, and see what's gonna happen here, okay? We still have some volume coming in inside our coin. Okay, but I don't know if I'm going to be holding for any longer, okay, because that coin might go to zero at no time, okay, despite the fact there's so many pro traders already in it, right? This coin, it might go, the selling pressure is quite high at the moment, okay, and when I start losing money here, so I'm losing about 6%, so it's not much, about 80, it's like about $1 here, but still nobody wants to lose money, right? So we just be very careful with those buys and sells, okay? If I, for example, wouldn't buy here and I see this green candle here right now, okay, going up, I probably would decide to buy here on this bottom, okay? Because it looks like we are actually creating a very nice support here for this coin, okay? I'm not sure if that it's gonna hold, but looks like it's gonna, there's some sort of support is being created here, okay? So people obviously are taking profits, and I don't blame them. That's what I'll be doing myself. And we will see if this is also being as a resistance, and I'm just looking for this resistance to go, and we'll see if this resistance will actually hold, or there'll be more buyers. Okay, still 5 minutes, okay, 5 minutes we got a volume is still going, it's quite good, okay, we are still in green, okay, when it comes to the volume, plus we are green in when it comes to the net volume, right? So there's still more buys and sells. Even here you can see like buys about 800, 650 sells, right? But the net, that's what I'm talking, okay, what in the volume, monetary volume, okay, it's okay, we are here around $50, right? So it's there is a support here, huge support. It was broke, okay, and now we're going down, and I think I'm considering now to sell all of this, right? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sell it here now, I suppose, okay, so I wait for another minute or two. I might, okay, let me have a look. Now we're going down with the net volume, okay, so I'm gonna sell it here. Let me have a look. I just want to see what the 15-second size does, okay. Okay, 15 seconds is going up. Okay, so there is a build buy pressure here. There is a bit of struggle here between buys and sells. Okay, but looks like the green candle is start formatting here. Very um slowly, but it does look like it's going up. Okay, so there is some buys. All right, but the net volume, that's what I'm looking at this. Okay, net volume is in red, means there is more. Uh, it's outflow of this of the money going out of this coin, not going into that coin. Okay, which basically means, despite the fact there's still more buys than sells, what you can see here, their net value, okay, is going into red. Okay, so less money going into it, despite the fact there's more buys. Okay, you have to keep an eye on it, guys. Okay, this is a significant information for you. Okay, if there is less money going in, okay, means that there will be a sell pressure sooner rather than later. Will be sell pressure. Okay, I wait for another bit when it comes to this coin. Okay, so let's go and jump into inside the ATM.pay. Okay, by looking at this, okay, this tool is quite amazing, because what it does, okay, it gives you the information right away how many people actually can, what you can expect. For example, this coin has been introduced about 30 minutes ago. Okay, we're gonna go click it we're gonna investigate this one, and they have like a future pump expectation of 20%. Okay, and that's based on the number of they have about 20,000 consistently profitable wallets which they are tracking. Okay, and plus actually 30 other metrics, and based on that they actually make a decision what is the percentage wise from the percentage perspective. Okay, what is it that this might go up, this one. Okay, uh, you guys might ask, why do I not look into the Axiom Pro, right? I'm actually looking at it. Okay, look at this one here. Okay, I'm still looking at the market cap, and market cap is between 1,070,000, 1,090,000. Okay, it's not like I'm using the traction of what's going on here, right? Obviously I'm not. I put money inside this token. Okay, so I want to keep an eye on it, right? And this ticket here is actually giving you a good understanding what's going on. Okay, so there's a bit of sales here now again. So again, look, guys, see, that's why I actually, for purposes of this video, and I was like, oh my god, this might be a good coin. Okay, I bought in, but I shouldn't. Okay, as I told you at the beginning, I should not buy it. Okay, I should wait for this some sort of pullback like this one here, support here. Look, clearly support in this line, and now if there will be more, there will be some volume. Okay, and there is still a significant amount of volume coming in. Okay, despite the fact there is a net volume is in red, but there is a support. Okay, it looks like this coin might actually win and it goes up, right? But I should buy here. Okay, I shouldn't buy here, right? Because that was a top when I bought it. Okay, but doesn't matter. Okay, I'm inside this trade right now and see what's happening. Right, so I'm keeping an eye on my P&L. Here you go. There's the P&L. I don't want this number to go too low, right? Obviously. And obviously it would be absolutely fantastic if this number would go to green, right? Obviously that's the whole purpose of this game, right? So now let's go back inside this inside the Axiom Pro, and let's go and look into that code which ATM.pay introduced to us, right? So let me have a look here. Okay, that was introduced 34 minutes ago. Okay, so this coin actually didn't go well for when it was 34 minutes ago. Alright, so what is it now? We are here. So it was introduced about here. No, about 34. No, when was that introduced? Okay, 16 minutes ago. 16 minutes ago. So it was introduced about. You have to look. Yeah, somewhere around here, right? So you can actually make some money out of that coin, right? But the thing is, when it comes to it, you can make it like a 1x here. After they introduced that on the ATM.pay, obviously there was a pullback here. Okay, I think I'm gonna sell this one. I'm gonna sell this one because you notice it went below 0, below 1 million. Okay, and it was a bad move on my side as well, guys. You see those places I bought around 1.1 million, right? And this is something which this is usually the people actually selling many of those coins, and those sort of thresholds. Okay, like 1 million, 2 million, 500,000. Okay. and I bought it here, and the people actually start selling it, okay, because there was around this type of threshold, okay, so I shouldn't buy it, right? I shouldn't buy it, but anyway, we are still here, okay. Let me see, minus net volume is minus 2,000, okay. 5 minutes volume is going up. That's a good news. It's about 70K now. Okay, so there is still some more buys than sells, okay, despite the fact that net volume is in red, okay, but there is still some potential inside that coin, in my opinion. Look, holders are growing up, prop holders are growing up, okay. When you go to the bundlers, okay, there's no bundling, okay, so I think that there's still some sort of potential inside this coin. I don't know, should I hold it? Should I sell it? Okay, now it's going up. I'm just still waiting for this number to go to be green. Okay, so we got nice buys here. Okay, so let's wait for another minute maybe. Yeah, so guys, ATM.pay introduced that coin. It was only 20% of power, but still, if they introduce it here, okay, and you could make it right after their call, I'm not encouraging you to buy those coins right after their call. No, just wait for some time, you do your own research, you know your drill, okay? But the thing is that you make 1x because of that coin, okay? Obviously, there was a pullback here, okay, but still, you can make between here and here, you can make look how much money you can make. Look, let's say that you wait for this, right? And then you went out. Look, like seriously, you can make like a 20x here. That's what you actually could make. Okay, about 15 minutes ago, when if you hold out the coin and you start investing in it, like you can make a 20x. That's incredible. Okay. And the only reason it was because I actually got this ATM.pay and they gave me that hint, right? The only point is, guys, when you come into those type of tools like ATM.pay, don't consider them as they are telling you where to buy or where to sell. This is a filter, okay, guys? They are showing you how actually that this coin has some potential. At this time, they only have a 20% of the potential, and they say, okay, now you do with this information whatever you want to do, okay? But you have to pull the trigger and say, like, okay, I'm buying here and I'm selling here, right? For example, it's up to your own skills, up to yourself. It's not for them to go ahead and start actually do something about it, right? It's not for that, right? There's nothing here happening right now, zero trades, anything like that. But there was some action, okay, about 15 minutes ago. If you jump in that call at the time when they actually called this one, you can make at least 2x, right? It's amazing, but you definitely could do something about it, like if you action on it, okay? I'm not saying that all those coins are brilliant, okay? Some of those coins, they have their stats here. And going to the stats, okay, ROI to ATA after discovery. Okay, so here are the stats. Okay, so you got those stats available for you guys. You can go and check them yourself. Okay, and the pump farm algo. Okay, they have those based on 2,226 May signals from OG algo. Okay, and that's what they actually called, right? So this is something which I do highly encourage you to go and check it yourself, guys. Okay, so they call 13 coins made between 25 and 100x, okay? 8 coins made 10 to 25. So I'm saying, like, not all of those coins will win, but some of those coins are really good calls, right? So just bear in mind, guys, here, alright? So, okay, so what's going on here with our coin now, right now? Okay, we are 9%, okay? So I think it's, I might hold it for a little while before I sell it, right? But I think, you see, I should wait. That was the top, you see, and that's the reason I told you, and I broke the rule. Okay, it was a top, and I bought it. Okay, oh, but guys, nobody is ideal. We all make those mistakes, right? But the thing is, that's now now you know why I actually don't like to buy the tops, right? Now I have to wait to recover my losses. Okay, it's about 7%. Okay, looks like this coin is actually. There is some still potential inside that coin. Who knows? Maybe we even break even of this one. But doesn't mean like, I want to end up and break even. It would be nice to make some money, wouldn't be? Okay. I think if we make this call here around this point, all the way to this one, was about 23%. Okay. But now we have to recoup our losses, which is about 6%. All right. That's still not bad. I'm looking into it. Okay. Let's see. 2,000 net volume of buys are going up. I think this coin has a good potential of actually break even for me. So I'll wait maybe till that point will happen. But the thing is that when it's happened, I might then will see if there is still volume going up, or is the volume, if there's a sell pressure, because if there is a sell pressure, probably I will sell it. I will just close the day for when it comes to this coin. Okay. But it doesn't mean, look, this coin actually has some potential. I think it was a good, there was a good coin to jump in earlier. All right. Let's say about this point here. All right. I'm pretty sure that the ATM they actually they call that that one, right? But you're not always there like on this ATM days. It's also your bots which they are calling those numbers for us, right? Okay, so guys, I think I'm break even. I might sell it now. Shall I wait for another few minutes? There we go. Now we start making money, but how we see for how long though? Okay, so we broke this resistance. Okay, now here's the resistance. Okay, and now I think it's turning. No, okay, we are broken to resistance. No, it's still on the resistance. Okay, so we are start. This resistance uh, ha hasn't been breaking. Okay, so now we see. Okay, we see for another minute or two, and I might decide to just simply go and sell it, and I will call the day, right? So let me see. I don't like to be in red. Nobody likes to be in red. But look, if it doesn't go, if it won't break this resistance, in a matter of a few minutes, probably I'll call it. I'll call it a day, right? 5 minutes volume, 53,000. Okay, we are still in net volume of around the 1,000, which is a good news. Okay, there's still some volume coming in. Holders growing, pro holders growing. Okay, DEX is paid. So this coin still has some potential. Okay, in my opinion, this coin still has some potential. We just need to wait for it. Okay, so we just need to wait for it. And remember, guys, do not make the same mistakes like I did it, okay? I bought here on the top and I shouldn't. I should wait for some pullback, okay? This coin was too good to be true. It was going up, always going up. And I said, okay, maybe that's going up. And might go for another, 10 or 20%, then I will sell it. No. If I decided to do it like here, for example, yes. But if I decided here, no. That's too much, okay? Too much of luck, alright? So you just need to be careful about this, okay? Do not buy on the tops like I did, because now what I have to do, I just have to wait for this to at least break even for me, right? So, and I don't know how long I'm gonna wait here now. Okay, you know what? Let's see. There's still net volume going up. Okay, volume 5 minutes volume 72k. Okay, so there is still potential of this going to go to be something good done about this coin. Okay, so let me have a look. Let's wait for another few minutes, and then we will decide if we're gonna sell it or just I will just wait. Now, guys, okay, so I think that we are slowly actually breaking this resistance here on this part. Okay, it looks like we actually broke it once, and there is a good chance that it might be broken again. Okay, I'm still inside X coin because there are the numbers here on the 5 minutes volume, and the net volumes is still healthier. Okay, so we already made 6.45%. Okay, so it looks like there's still like good amount of holders and pro traders. Okay, so it looks like this coin is start actually shooting. Okay, so that's what we're looking to see, right? It hold us for another flight. So there was about from this point where I bought it here, right? So I bought it here. Now we are here. Okay, so it is something which is it took us a little while, but it looks like there is some potential here for us to make some money. Okay, and as I said, like the volume is about 80,000. Okay, so it's still in green, and we are here on net volume. We're also in green. Okay, so obviously people are starting taking some profits here, and I'm wondering if should I not do it the same. Okay, but it's because those numbers are quite healthy. Look, it's going to even 90,000 now for 5 minutes volume, which is great. Okay, which is great. Okay, we're already in 12%, 10%. Okay, that's great. Okay, and we are shooting. Okay, we are shooting. All right, that's nice. That's nice. Hold it, hold it. Okay, and if that will last, probably I'll be closing soon, right? Because obviously I could wait for this to go to 2 or 3 million, but I don't want to take too many of my chances, okay, because I think we are lucky enough here at this stage that we are not losing money at the moment. You never know what's going to happen, okay. We are still good in 5 minutes volume, okay. Net volume, it's 4,000, all right. People are start taking profits, and probably I should be one of them. But let me have a look. Let me wait for another minute, maybe. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Okay, we are forming some sort of resistance here. It looks like it might. Okay, but 95, look, the volume is going up. The volume is going up, okay? So the money are flowing inside this token, all right? So it looks like there's still a bit of potential, okay? And we have some margin here, okay? Unless we'll not shoot all the way down, okay? So that's still something which will actually give us some sort of profit margin, even if we stop trading right now, okay? 5 minutes volume, still healthy. Net volume is still healthy, okay? Pro traders, just about 3,800, okay? So the numbers are healthy. The numbers are looking very healthy for this particular coin. That's why I decided to hold it for a little longer. And looks like it's winning, okay? It's winning, okay? I'm just thinking that that's this there is upward trend, definitely upward trend when it comes to this coin, and it's forming some sort of resistance at this stage right now. So I'm just waiting for this, what's going to happen, okay? Because if we will start, bouncing, sideways here, probably I will sell it and I will call the day, right? So, but we see what's happening, okay? If we look, 5 minutes volume, we are just nearly 100,000, which is great, okay? We are 3.5k when it comes to the net volume, so more buys than sells in monetary volume. Plus the buys are all together 800 buys versus 650. Okay, which is good. Okay, here goes resistance. Okay, was that broke? Okay, no, there is a resistance. Okay, so we got another support here. All right, so what I could do, I could sell it. Okay, and maybe buy it off once again here on this point when it comes to this side. Okay, but let me see. Okay, so here we go. There's some bit of fight here between buys and sells. Okay, still a very healthy volume. 5 minutes volume, very healthy. So I think I will leave it for another minute. Alright, see what's happened. I'm just playing with the 0.1 sol, okay? Could you imagine that is 1 sol, okay? Those numbers will make some difference, right? As you can imagine. It's all about scaling, basically, okay, on the end of the day. And using the right tools. One of those right tools is, this one, this ATM.day, which I showed you before, okay? I think it's great because, this coin we managed to find it only by filtering. Okay, remember I put this as a minimum of I think it was a 300 pro holders, right? So that's why I actually discovered this coin, right? But if you haven't this, and you get scanning through so many different coins, okay, it is difficult to find some of those randoms. Okay, so the tools like ATM that they actually are helping out with this, right? Okay, so we are about 20% in profit right now. And I'm just thinking about calling it a day, okay? Now, 1.3 million, okay? Probably the next big sell-off will be around this 1.5, in my opinion, okay? Definitely will be around 2 million, but if we're in 2 millions, it will be a very golden, right? But around the 1.5 probably will be a huge sell-off. That's why I'm considering to sell it. If it will go all the way to 1.5, probably I will sell it. Okay, we are 25% profit, which is great. Okay, hold it steady. Still 4,000 pro traders, 6,000 traders altogether. I think that this coin is very healthy. Okay, this is very healthy coin. But the volume, look, the volume dropped. Okay, so there will be a bit of sell up in my opinion. Okay, volume, 5 minutes volume dropped. Okay, so what I'm considering is just simply go and sell some of these. Okay. It was about 100,000 a few minutes ago. Now it's about 30,000. So the volume definitely dropped. However, there's still more buys than sells, right? Significantly number of buys going, against the sales, and the net volume is 1.5, right? So which is good. This number is looking very good. Okay, but there is some sort of sell pressure right now, and the volume 5 minutes volume is going down. Okay. If the 5 minutes volume is going down, means that there is less money flowing into that coin altogether, right? So it is a bearish signal basically. Let's see. Do you know what? I think I'm gonna sell this one. I'll call it that. Right. Okay. We saw it. And it will probably go to 2 million now because we saw it. But anyway, guys, you know what it really is, okay? Find those the good coins, be patient. Do not jump into any coins you find it, okay? Very good indicator is the pro trader, number of pro traders, okay? Very bundlers, and those percentages should not be more than 30%, right? Bubble maps, okay? Very healthy, good looking bubble maps, okay? Volumes were good, and the net volume very important here, okay? So now we sold it and it probably will go to 1.5 million. But anyway, I made 12%. I'm happy with that. I haven't lost my money. There we go. Even though it was looking like I was losing something, okay, I hold it for a little longer because those numbers were looking very healthy. That's why I decided to keep it going. Plus the pro traders, number of holders and everything else was good, healthy looking. That's why I said, okay, there's not still potential. And that's why I decided to hold, and I won 12% out of that. That's great. The only mistake which I made, in my opinion, okay, is I bought on the top here, right? Remember, I told you not to buy on the top, and then I bought it myself, and then I had to wait, because I was losing that trade, and then eventually went up. Okay, so now guys, I think that's all what I want to cover in this video. It was a very long one, but if you like this one, I really appreciate if you can subscribe to my channel or hit the like button. Any questions, leave it down below, and thank you very much for watching.